So look, before I start my remarks, which I promise will be shorter than Jim's, we got to change the seating arrangement around here. I want all the bosses and the politicians to go to the back, and I want all the workers to come to the front. Good morning, everybody. This is a great day. I was only kidding, Mr. Irving. Really, Jim Sr. Good morning. Good morning to our members from Unifor. Good morning to distinguished guests, the Premier, David, Jim Sr., Jim Jr. This is a great day, and I want to start off with my remarks to the Premier. David, you may be the only Conservative in Canada that I'm actually pleased with today. That might change quickly, so let's not screw today up. Let's just get through it. Today is about a vision. It's about celebrating a shared vision. It's about a vision about community. It's about a vision for working class people. It's a vision to put people to work. Today is a vision about opportunity, and it's about hope. And that's what it has to be about. It has to be about opportunity and hope. So yesterday and today's announcements are not just about our present, but more importantly, it's about our future. This is what we've been talking about and fighting for years. Think about this. Finally, we've got a model. And you know what it's about? It's a model that says government, business, community, labor, all get in a room and start talking about issues to affect working people. Let's talk about how we build a stable economy, and let's talk about how we do things properly. And that's what's happening here today. So what are we talking about today here in New Brunswick? We're talking about how do you build a long-range sustainable future? How do we talk about a strategy that utilizes our natural resources and raw materials as a nation? And we use the benefits of our natural resources and raw materials for Canadians. How do we talk about a future based on renewable resources, which can and must be managed for future generations? Listen, I'm talking, and we're talking to today all of Canada. And we're talking to all the citizens of Canada and the politicians around the country and the business community across the country. Today, you all need to look at what's happening in St. John, because this is how we do things right. This is how you get things done, by putting people to work. This is the type of plan to put young people to work. And here's why it's so important. Because young people today are feeling betrayed. A lot of young people, we told them, go to school, get your education, get your diploma, get your degree, and your jobs will be waiting for you. And it hasn't been. They're waiting for them when they've retired. So here we are today. Here we are today, knowing that a lot of our young people have been leaving the community. But you know what today's announcement is about? It's about telling our young people you don't have to leave the community anymore. It's about telling the young people that's left, come on back home, because there's a vision to give you jobs. You know, I walked through the paper mill this morning, and I've met a lot of our members who have been there for 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 18 months, 2 years, 5 years. And you know what was going through my mind? Is that they're lucky. They're lucky because so many young workers today aren't in a workplace today saying, there is a very good possibility that I'm going to retire from this workplace. And that's what today's announcement was about. And it was a pleasure looking at those young people, knowing that they can go out and they can buy a house, and they can buy a car, and they can plan for their futures, and they can plan for their children's futures. And that's what today is all about. It's about us coming together for good solutions. Now, as Unifor, we represent workers in the 20 of the largest sectors of the economy. And I want to say that we should be doing this from coast to coast to coast, because think about this. Think about this. Think about putting together a strategy based on our strengths. Based on our strengths in Canada. Think about us having a strategy, for example, in the energy sector. where we talked about instead of building pipelines that shipped our jobs to the United States or around the world, what's wrong with a strategy like we're doing here that ships our oil and gas to a refinery in Canada that is closed? Think about it. I looked at that huge Irving refinery, known as the largest refinery in Canada, and I'm thinking, that's what we should be talking about in Canada. We've closed 10 refineries. They should be open. Those are the types of discussions we need. And I take a look at other key sectors of the Canadian economy, because we can do this. We can build an incredible economy based on our strengths. You know what drives me crazy? Is I think about the East Coast fisheries. I think about the fact that we catch our fish, we ship to China for refining and processing, yet we've closed 10 refineries on the East Coast. That doesn't make sense. So today is about showing people that we can do things so much better. We need to show kids that there is a vision. And I think about the forestry industry here in Canada. An industry that used to employ 400,000 people. Today we're at 240,000 people. People were saying that the forestry industry is a sunset industry, but I'm so proud today to be here because we all know that it's a sunrise industry. And so today isn't just about talking about how we are going to sustain the industry. It's about talking about how once again the forestry sector in Canada takes its rightful place. And that's at the key sector at the top of the Canadian economy. And this announcement today starts to put us right where we should be. And by the way, Jim, I won't show you this picture with the $13 million investment when we go into contract negotiations in 3 weeks. I want to talk about our 1,300 members. And I want to talk about the 70 years that your family's been in this individual business. And I want to thank you personally on behalf of our brothers and sisters at Unifor, to Jim, to your father, for your commitment to jobs in New Brunswick, because there's no question this province would be much different if it wasn't for your family. So I want to personally thank you on behalf of them. The first time I met Jim, I thought I made him a good deal. I said, Jim, I'll trade you my striking good looks for your money. I thought it was a good deal. He didn't take me up on the offer. Look, I want to close by talking directly to our members. And everybody needs to understand this because it's true. Not one penny of profit, not one penny in taxes could be attained without your commitment, your sweat, or your brains. So I want to thank you very much for the role you play in making New Brunswick a stronger, much stronger province. So